Guys, Asher coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Update. I have all the information that you guys need to know about this big, huge, massive, biggest ever update in Raid Shadow Legends. When Cirilla, Plarium community manager, was on the channel here when I interviewed her, she said that the update that we're going to see next, which is this one, is going to be the biggest, not only bigger than Doom Tower, but the biggest that Raid has ever seen before. Do you guys think it's going to live up to the hype? Well, after today's video, you can be the judge. In today's video, I am going to aggregate all the information, and I'm curious if you guys enjoyed this or if you didn't, but Plarium essentially gave, like, I don't know, 10 or so content creators, maybe a few more than that, little nuggets of information, either a little bit of audio, I'm not going to play, don't worry, all the audio back to you guys, or one of 6 pieces of a map, or additional little nuggets of information. Today, I'm going to bring that all together. First off, I'm going to present it to you guys. Just stick with the facts. What do we know for sure right now? And then I'm going to give you my speculation on what it's actually going to be in the game. I'm going to answer some of the most frequent questions, confusion, or misnomers so far about the information that we do actually know from Plarium. And then I am going to share with you guys my opinion on what the heck this has to accomplish in order to be considered a successful huge update. I think at this point, it's safe to say it's going to be huge no matter what. So anyway, guys, here is all we know of Raid Shadow Legends, right? I mean, of course, we have our little menu and stuff like that, but really it's just the Bastion, right? Yeah, like, this is it. This is our little headquarters. In this update, we're going to take, this is the map of Cintranos. So Cintranos is a city divided into different districts. In the middle, it appears that this is what we know. This looks like the Bastion to me. I don't know about you guys. This is not 100% confirmed, but I feel like this is like literally it, right? And there's towers here, which will come into play in a bit. Now, there's also districts. 3 districts here on the south have keys, right? Require keys. They're all going to be dungeons. So there's 4 districts total. 3 have keys. 1 we'll talk about at the end. But they're all going to have a key which unlocks a tower, right? Eclipse Tower. So we're going to get a new tower. I want to give a massive shout out here to Grumpy Old Marine. Grumpy Old Marine, man, really nice of him to kind of put this together for us, right? We have these different Plague Home, we have Cobble Market, we have Dead Rise. These are the 3 districts, right? Now, in the actual audio clips, right, they say a lot about quests, side quests, additional quests, and exploration. A lot of like, go down the streets, explore here, explore there, you know, explore everything or some of things, not everything, you know, the choice is yours, right? So that's going to come into play in my speculation in a moment. I just wanted to let you guys know about that. So these will stagger or not stagger, but they'll be ran by difficulty, right? The easiest is going to be the Cobble Market. Now, each of these are confirmed to have dungeons, okay? 4 dungeons, 1 in each district. These districts will escalate in difficulty, okay? I don't think it's just going to be a dungeon, though. Anyway, all of this content is confirmed unlocked at level 52, okay? Level 52 is when all of this unlocks. So again, we're getting 4 dungeons: Cobble Market, Plague Home, Dead Rise, Soul Cross, and then Eclipse Tower, so a tower as well. Potential for Doom Tower mechanics, that is speculation, but we know there's going to be a new tower in the game, okay? The easiest, as I said, is going to be Cobble Market, and then it's going to get more challenging at Plague Home, and then we're going to go to Dead Rise, and then we'll have the 3 keys to unlock the Eclipse Tower, and then we get through the drawbridge to Soul Cross. Soul Cross has different areas. Some of these areas need to be unlocked with some sort of awakening. The exact verbiage is, there are some areas in Soul Cross and beyond. This is Soul Cross. This is beyond over here. This looks like another tower, by the way, right? That champions will need to be awakened to their true potential to be able to enter. A lot of conversation around that. So, Deadwood Jedi talked to Plarium about this, and he said they weren't super clear, so I don't want to speak out of turn, but he said it will not require fully awakened champions to access this content. Anything beyond that, I don't know. But that's what they said, okay? So it's not like you have to have a full team, a fully awakened, as one might, believe just listening to the audio clip. Beyond that, though, I am not sure. Okay, so what is the point here? We unlock these 3 areas, we unlock the Eclipse Tower, we beat the Eclipse Tower, and we go to Soulcross. What is there? Well, across the ruined bridge is Soulcrossed. That's where we're going to be fighting for cursed remnants. We don't know what they are yet. Are they going to be some artifact material? Are they going to, we could speculate for days, but again, I'm not here just to speculate with you guys. We'll do that a little bit at the end, right? So this is one city. This is in the south. This whole city with all the districts and all the towers and everything is located in southern Teleria. I mean, maybe I'm getting way ahead of myself, but it sounds like they could open up the idea for more cities in the future as well. So there's the whole double boss thing. That's getting a lot of pub. They even tweeted out, double trouble. What would you do if you had to go against Clysis and Fyro, the Ice Golem and the Fire Knight without his shield? Interesting there. I'm not reading too much into it though. At the same time, what would you do? What would you do? So there's been a lot of talk about this specific, I think like there's been a lot of videos, right? Talking about double bosses. What are you talking about? Now, they only reference double bosses in Plagueholm, okay? So my hunch is that Plagueholm is going to be, my hope is Plagueholm is going to be the only area with double bosses as a feature. But in dungeon content with 25 stages, I wonder if it's going to be like the red boss every 5 levels, or stages of the level, you get a 2-boss tandem. Is it going to be, 2 waves total? And both waves are a boss and you move from one to the other. So you have to have a team that is well equipped to handle both of the bosses in one, 5 champion team. That would probably be my guess, but I'm curious to see what you guys think. I want to pause here and let you guys know that this is what we know for a fact right now. 4 dungeons. Soulcross's endgame content has different areas. You can already see like the arrows going from here to here to here to F, way up here. I don't know what anything is, right? But I do know it looks big. Now, because they keep mentioning now, really quickly, Cobble Market, Dead Rise. I'm not sure if they're going to be recycling bosses for Dead Rise, Cobble Market, and Plagueholm. We know Plagueholm, right? If they do, I'm personally okay with that as long as the Eclipse Tower and Soulcross features unique new content, new bosses, new dungeons, whatever, right? And of course, amazing rewards. So that's how I feel about that. Ideally, Dead Rise and Cobble Market would have brand new content as well. I do think that having one district with double bosses is actually kind of cool. People are very polarized about this. People hate it. People love it. Whatever. It's lazy. It's not lazy. I think going back-to-back boss or bosses at the same time actually is cool, personally, as long as it doesn't encompass the entirety of the content, right? I want a lot of new content as well. This is supposed to be the biggest update ever. I'm expecting a lot of new bosses, honestly. I would be super disappointed if there weren't. I'm running, again, with the assumption that there absolutely is. I think it's probably safe to say, but hey, if I eat crow, I eat crow. Okay. But with the exploration stuff, I'm in Watcher of Realms, by the way, where I upload every day. Not sponsored, but you can check it out if you want to. Ash, Watcher of Realms. They have an area called the Void Rift. The Void Rift you enter into, and you can kind of move your little. The rest of the game is not like this, by the way. The rest of the game is just like Raid, where you just have stages and dungeons or whatever. But you can visit little areas, right? You could visit, potentially. They don't have this, but you could visit a dungeon in this area, right? So I've already cleared this content. I was at the boss that I was at right there. But you can attack a boss. You can get the loot. You can. There's stuff. There's like random loot on the ground. You can explore different areas, different challenges, all kinds of stuff, right? Different rules. A marksman class get increased by 20%, right? Different areas within. I think it's going to be some sort of exploration mechanic in this new Centranos because they keep saying a lot about exploring, check it out. And it could be all artistic license, but I think there is going to be some sort of an exploration element or at the very least, some sort of a, I tap on the left or I tap on the right and I go to the new area, right? The other districts, right? If we already have this district and it is indeed the middle of the map, essentially, right? It makes all the sense in the world that we just take a bridge to a new area and we'll have different things to do there. Different quests, different features, different dungeons, like a whole area that we can kind of experience the entire aesthetic. I definitely do not feel like it's going to be like this, oh, dungeons, oh, click on something. I don't think it's going to be like that. Granted, when you look at these dungeons, though, they are on a map, so to speak. So I wonder if they're going to revamp this. City of Irith, Sky Peak, all this stuff, right? They have Dark Ravine. They have it here, right? But I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be a lot different. So guys, before I let you go, what does this need to have in order to be a great feature for Raid Shadow Legends? In my opinion, it needs to be obviously exciting, new, have a fresh feel to it, right? New bosses, new content, new dungeons, new aesthetics. Obviously, the rewards need to be pretty solid. Ideally, there'd be different tiers of difficulty so that everybody can experience the content, even if you're not super endgame. But the most important thing to me, it might not be the biggest thing, but it's important to me, is personally, I don't want to see us use the same meta champions to blow through content that we all know who they are, right? I feel like there are 1,000 champions in this game now, and I could point out maybe 20 of them that can basically clear all the content on their own, right? I don't want that to be the case, nor do I want it to be the case that only mythical and legendary and void legendary champions are in the conversation here. One of my favorite things about Doom Tower, honestly, especially looking back at first, I wasn't sure how to feel about it, but now one of my favorite things is the secret rooms. I actually like that they're restrictive, that they make us use champions who could be very viable, very cool, but we just don't use that much because there's more OP meta champions that, the pay-to-wins have, guilty as charged. I want to see areas of this update that allow us to use, maybe it's faction-based, maybe it is rarity-based, maybe it's alliance-based, maybe it's beyond that. I want there to be a real, and this would behoove Plarium to do as well, right? Because at the end of the day, they get us to work on more champions that we previously didn't work on. But this, I feel like, is fun for the player as well. Strategically, it's fun to use champions like these. Granted, you could probably name most of these champions here, but you guys get the point, I want to see a nice diversity of champions. Heck, they have thousands and thousands maybe hundreds and hundreds right now in the game. Let's make better use of them. Let's continue with the buffs. We know we're going to get a massive buff update in January. Let's continue with the buffs, the balancing. Let's continue with the quality of life. We got a lot of good quality of life updates in 2023 and 2022, frankly. Let's continue going there as well. And let's hope for an awesome update, guys. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. Thank you for watching. And as always, take care, guys.